Hey there, welcome to our channel and welcome back to my kitchen. It is pear season and we have lots of them. So what I'm going to do today is I'm just going to make pear halves in a medium syrup. Really easy, just a little bit time consuming, but really easy. Be like a first timer canner video. Okay, the very first thing you're going to need to do is get your pears washed and then ready to peel and slice, or peel and cut. So what you're going to do is you're just going to take your pear and you're going to start at the top. You're going to cut across with a paring knife, nice little paring knife, and we're going to just peel it clean and get as close to the skin as you can so you don't waste any pear, and then cut the bottom off. You know, where the blossom, you have the stem and then you have the blossom in. So take both of those off, and then you'll want to just, you know, go close as you can to the, between the skin and the flesh. I'll get it out in a minute. All right. And then if you run across a little bad spot, that's fine. Just cut it out. You know, just cut it out. It didn't ruin the pear. It's not hurting anything. Just go ahead and cut it off and you're good to go. Now the next thing you're going to do is you're going to take or what I do is I just take an apple core and I run it up through and make sure that I get all that husk out and make sure it's good and clean in there so that the only thing left is the pear flesh. Then we're good to go. Now, it took me about an hour this morning, between an hour and a half. I was just sitting there watching YouTube at the table, and I cut up about 2 dozen pear. I'm pretty sure there's maybe a little over 2 dozen pear here. And then I just, you know, peeled them, cored them, and put them in this big bowl. You are going to need a big bowl or a big plastic container, something big, because you're going to need to put a gallon of water in it and immerse your pears. Make sure your pears are immersed in a gallon of water with 1/4 cup of vinegar and 2 teaspoons of salt. Leave it in there about 20 minutes, and then now if you leave it longer, that's okay too, because then we went to work and I left mine until now, and it's about 6 o'clock. But the purpose for the vinegar and the salt is so that your pears do not turn brown. You know how normally, just like an apple, as soon as you peel a pear, it will immediately start turning brown. As long as it's in that solution, it will stay just as nice and bright white as it did when you peeled it. All right, so now once you do that, then you'll want to rinse it, you know, rinse all that off. Run some water over it again, pour that water off, and then put clean water back on it until you get them into your jars. Okay, the next thing you're going to want to do is get you a heavy pot. Now, this is my pressure canner. This is a water bath canning process today. We are not using the pressure in any shape or form. I'm just using my canner because I'm doing quarts today, and I just prefer doing it in this one so that my water, when it boils, doesn't bubble out. It just works out better for me. You do you, as long as you have a pot that's big enough for you to submerge whatever size jar you have in it. That's all you need for a water bath. All right, and you need something in the bottom. You either need one of those round jar lifters that, you know, most canners come with, a jar lifter. You need that. Or if you don't have that and you're just using a standard pot, you know, like this, and you're using that for a water bath canner, what you can do is just take this tea towel, a nice pretty clean tea towel, and drop it down in. Just drop it right down in. But I have, you know, since I have 2 or 3 pressure canners, I have that base. So it's down in there. And then we're just going to load our jars. It holds 7 jars. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do 7 jars of pears tonight. For you guys. If I have any left, I'll do some more. And then with whatever's left after that, I'm going to make pear butter. Which to me is better than apple butter any day. But that's what we're going to do. I don't know if I'll get a video on that or not. We're kind of busy right now doing traps, but if I can get to it and I have enough pears, then I'll show you how I make my pear butter. All right, I have 7 jars, so I'm estimating that I need about 1.5 cups of my syrup per jar, and that would be roughly 10 cups. If I have a little left, then I have some to make lemonade or put in sweet tea or whatever. It's not going to get wasted because it's just sugar and water. Okay, so I'm going to start with, this is an 8-cup measure. And you're right there. That's 8 cups. There you go. There's 2 more cups. Okay, now that I have 10 cups of water, that means I need 5 cups of sugar. So let's get that in there. Okay, got that handled. Now just take this big thing and put it right back where I got it. Out of the way. Now we're going to give that a good stir. Okay, we're going to light that stove and get it on a nice high flame. As high as it gets. Okay, another good stir. I'm going to put the lid on it and I'm going to let it come up to a boil. Easy peasy. Where'd my lid go? Oh, right there. There it is. I knew I had it handy. There we go. Should take probably about 15 minutes to get to that boil. We'll get there. Okay, we are nice and boiling now. Now we're just going to turn that eye off. Okay, now it's time to take our jars that are nice and hot. And we're going to set those out 2 at a time. Because that's about as fast as I can work. Okay, now we're just going to start loading our jar. And you want to pack them in there, but you don't want to push on them because you want them to stay whole. And that's the whole point of putting up pear halves, is so that they stay together. We're just going to lay them in there any old way. Right up to the lip of the jar, just like that. Now we're going to take that simple syrup and we're going going to fill it all the way up to a 1/2 inch, which is just at where the jar starts to turn up, where the lid is. Right there. Okay. And we're going to take our bubbler. And we're going to just kind of see. You might get a bubble or two. But you want to make sure that you get those bubbles out, but you don't want to tear up your fruit. So just kind of move it around. Let those bubbles come to the top. Alright, okay, now we're going to take our vinegar, and that is a syrup mixture. You want to make sure that you don't have any at all on that rim, because if you do, it's not going to seal. Let's go ahead and debubble that one. Okay, and like I said, I only do this 2 at a time because I'm not that fast. So and you put your lid on. Put your ring fingertip tight, just to where it stops. Just like that. If it turns, you're good. Okay, now we're going to take those two. And we're going to get them out of the way. We're going to put them right back in the canner. Okay, then we're going to drop that in the canner. We're going to take another jar out. Put this other one in. Take another one out. Do it all over again. Six loaded, 1 to go. Hallelujah. If y'all do much canning at my age, y'all know by now my back is killing me. Okay. Let's get this here. Got it bubbled. Get that sugar off the rim. I've got about 1 inch, 1.5 inches of water over the top. That's plenty good. Now, that cup of vinegar that I use to wipe the rims of my glasses, I'm not going to waste it. I'm going to pour it right in here because that'll keep all my glasses from being cloudy. They'll come out nice and clear and clean. If you don't do that, when you bring them out, they'll have this white, chalky, whatever it is, and you'll have to scrub and scrub and scrub. So just put your little vinegar in there and save yourself a whole lot of hassle. Home stretch, y'all. Home stretch. Now, all you need to do is put the lid on top of this. Let it come up to a full rolling boil. Not a partial boil, a full rolling boil. Once it starts that full rolling boil, set your timer for 35 minutes for quarts and 20 minutes for pints. We'll be good, and we'll see you then. Time's up! Time is up! It is time. Don't break your lid. Don't break your lid. Okay, all right. Now we're going to turn that off. We're going to let them set for 3 to 5 minutes. We're just going to let them cool down just a little bit. And then we're going to take them out of the canner. Okay, my 5 minutes is up. Out of the canner they come. And make sure, always use like a drying mat or something. Always put something soft under your jars. Just be sure that they don't hit a cold surface and go boom. So we don't want that. So just make sure you got a tea towel or drying mat or just something soft and not cold. And don't tilt your jars when you take them out. It doesn't matter about that little bit of water up there. It'll come off. All right, now we're just gonna let them sit there overnight. We're not gonna touch them. And in the morning, they better have all nice, flat, sealed tops. Then we can take the rings off. But until then, don't touch them, don't move them. They're in a permanent spot till morning. If y'all like this video, like, subscribe, and share. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.